Welcome back. It's your boy T Hill. I'm doing the review for Shank 2. You know, this is a straight conclusion to what happened in Shank 1. This is takes place right afterwards. I won't ruin the story for Shank 1 for you, but pretty much you are returning home. Shank is returning home, and unfortunately, the Presidente or General has, kidnapped one of his loved ones, an older lady, and has diabolical plans for her. So you go on a chase, pursuit to get her back. So I don't want to ruin too much of the story. Gameplay. You get to use all the basic weapons that were in Shank 1. Your Shanks are your primary weapon, but those are quick and slashy and fun and fast. Then you get your heavy weapon, which you get to rotate between either machetes, a chainsaw, or a big-ass mallet that just crushes people. And they have different stats. Then there is, the projectile weapon. You start off with these little daggers, unlimited amount, all your ammo is unlimited. Or you get to switch it up later on in the game and get pistols. Or you get a shotgun. And again, stat-based. There's a loadout system that is not as in-depth as Part 1, where you get a lot of different weapons. Like Part 1, you had katanas and different types of an Uzi. This one is, really limited, and the reason why is because there's actually two characters you get to play through in the campaign. Shank, and I think her name's Kalina or Karina. I think it's Karina. But they want to differentiate the two, so he's a lot more heavier with the weapons, and she's a lot faster. There's a quick grab, which allows you. In the first one, you had just the jumping lunge grab. Well, now there's a quick grab that also doubles as a counter. So, if you've weakened up an enemy, you can use the quick grab to initiate enemy weapon kill. So, if the guy's got a baseball bat, you've weakened him up, you're shoving that bat down his throat. If he's got a knife, you're taking off a head. And this does change between Shank and Karina. There's also a roll and evade system, which allows you to temporarily become invincible and roll/evade out of the way. You can grab people with the grab mechanics and turn them into body, like meat shields. So if somebody's shooting bullets at you, you can hold their body in the way and use them as a way to protect yourself. You can also pick up things like grenades, mines, Molotov cocktails, typical stuff. There's unlockable character skins through tons of different things, like hitting somebody with a sink or doing so many counter kills. In the multiplayer, those skins actually apply stat boosts. You can also, in the multiplayer, which is a really big portion of this game, because the campaign's a lot shorter than the first one, in the co-op multiplayer, it's pretty much just a horde mode where wave after wave after wave of enemies comes. And you defend these, like, artillery positions from these bombers. If they blow up the bombs, if they blow up the artillery place, you lose. So you and your buddy, there's a store system where as you level up, as you gain money, you can buy stuff like a boar that will run back and forth and knock people down, or turrets to drop down, or healing items, or drinking bottles to get drank and heal yourself. Graphics. The graphics are amazing. I love this art style. There's very few games that have this crisp, clean, super fine artwork that's very reminiscent of Samurai Jack. I said this before, it's like a mix of Samurai Jack meets Kill Bill. The color palettes are gorgeous. The game runs just butter smooth. It's completely and utterly stylized. All the cutscenes look really good, and some of them will do like a comic book pane, where as you're actually playing, you'll get a comic book panel that actually has story going on in the backdrop. It still does the full-on silhouette scenes where everything will be the character and it will be in black, silhouetted out, and just light penetrating through, and it looks so good. It looks so good. Music. Music and sound and narrative, I have to lump this all together because it's not a big part of the game, but it is there. For the music, it is very strong, sounds good. It really enhances the the atmosphere of the game. And when I say that, it's the very subtle, but it also picks up from time to time that keeps you going forward and keeps you pumped and like in the moment. The sound of your attacks have so much like weight and aggressiveness to it, and they match one for one the animations that the game plays off of. Pros and cons. Great art it's just great art. It's super addictive, fun combat. And then the co-op is just great because you can keep going back in there and unlocking new skins that, get you stat boosts and bring some aesthetics. And all those skins you can play in the single player campaign as well. Cons, much weaker story in this time around. It's a lot shorter, not as strong. Lack of co-op story. One of the things I really enjoyed about the first one was that they actually had a co-op story where you and a buddy could sit down and play through a totally different story, and I enjoyed that. Lack of variety of co-op objectives. So when you're doing the co-op missions, all there really is the horde mode. I would have liked to see Clay Entertainment actually, provide a little bit more meat there for variety.